Well, hello everyone, and welcome to a Color with Donna in Coloritaville at Christmas time. Today I have my final color and chat for the Creative Haven Merry Christmas Designs coloring book. I will still have some speed colors and I think maybe one more with some words from myself in there, but the rest will be like speed color with music. I hope you guys will still watch those and enjoy them. But this will be the last one of the actual color and chats because I just needed to get this video done and out for the conclusion of this part of the color along, because if you're going to enter the giveaway, I need your entry by tomorrow morning. And I mean tomorrow morning. I am going to address the gifts tomorrow morning. And then day after tomorrow, I'm going to the post office. So if you want to continue to send me your colored pictures for my video at the end of the month, those can be sent to me all the way up until about, I would say maybe the 22nd, because it's going to take me a little bit of time to get all that organized for my finished pages. So I will be filming my finished pages for December a little early this month so I can process the images and things like that was sent to me. And also because my son Jordan will be in town and with his wife, and I will be spending as much time as possible with them. So it would just be so much easier if I have everything done. So the couple days leading up to Christmas, we're going to be doing a lot of cooking and things like that. So I am going to try to do a stream on Christmas Eve with you guys or Christmas Day, one of those two, for anybody who wants to just hang out for a little while. But it'll just be a fun, laid back kind of stream. And so that's my plans with that. So thanks for coming, guys. I hope you guys are enjoying your month of December. I have my coffee here with me and everything, so I'll be taking some little coffee breaks. I am going to start out using the Ateo Tree art markers, which I'm so happy they went on lightning deal again yesterday. I posted for you guys as soon as I saw that they were on lightning deal, and this is number 62. But I hope for any of you guys who may have been kind of on the fence for that or with those markers, I hope you saw my post. I put it on the community tab as well as the Color Readaville Facebook page. So if you are not following that Color Readaville Facebook page, I don't post a lot over there, so I'm not going to like spam the mess out of you. But anything I see that I think is a really good deal, that's where I post that, as well as to the community tab here on YouTube. So be sure that you've got the Facebook page liked, especially if you're having any issues with not getting notifications from YouTube. So, yep. So I'm super happy the way the color alongs have went this month. I was so nervous about trying to do 2 color alongs in 1 month, but I think it's went fairly well, at least on my end. There was a few hiccups along the way, but nothing too major, and I was able to do whatever editing I needed to do and things like that. So, yeah, I hope you guys are enjoying it. I definitely enjoyed doing it for you guys. And I know it's only like the 14th, but we are so close to Christmas at this point. And yeah, so we are definitely bearing down on a Christmas Day. Isn't that crazy? This month is going by so quickly. And I just wanted this to be like the last color and chat because I wanted to let you guys know that I really do need your entries if you're going to enter. And I will tell you guys one more time how to enter here in this video. And it's in the other videos as well. But like the ones that are just to the music does not have the information on how to enter. because I knew that some of those are going to be the ones I started using after I had gotten all of the packages mailed out. So, yeah. So, anyway, to enter my giveaway, I do have 13 gifts that I am going to be gifting out for the holiday season. Instead of just the 12 days of Christmas, I decided to go with a baker's dozen. So, to enter, you can color any Christmas picture that you would like. And if you don't have Christmas, just a winter picture's fine. And if you don't have that either, any picture that you color in holiday colors are fine. And you just need to go into the description of this video, find my email address. It's always in my descriptions on my videos, and email me your picture. And I would like for you to put hashtag Coloritaville Christmas on the picture, initial your picture. That way there will be some credit given, because when I make the video, I'm not going to be like telling everyone whose picture is whose. So if you'll do that, that would really help me out a lot. That way, I won't have to be trying to keep up with everything. And out of those entry or out of those emails that I get, when you send me the email, leave your mailing address also, just in the email portion, not on the actual picture, because those pictures are going to be showed online at the end of the month with my finished pictures. But just drop your mailing address inside the body of the email, and from those entries is where I'm going to choose 13 lucky recipients for these gifts. Yes. So it's really, really easy to enter. So that's all you have to do. Sorry about the ringing. My watch for Christmas, I've got it early, but I did get a Samsung watch. So it started ringing. I might, when I get this part colored, need to pause the video and return that call just to make sure there's nothing wrong, because it was my husband and he's at work. But I wanted to get out what I needed to say really quick. All right. So I really enjoyed live streaming with you guys the other day. That was a lot of fun. And I got to use my watercolor pencils. And I did it on camera, so I was super duper stoked about that. It was lots of fun. All right, let me return the call and I will be right back. All right, guys, I'm sorry for the interruption. Thank you for your patience there. You know, I love you guys to the moon and back, but I've got to put family first. So I needed to call him back and see what was up. Everything's fine. So, yeah, so I loved getting to use those watercolor pencils, and they're the Anna Velassi pencils. I'll leave a link down in the description of those because they're like $14.95 for any of you guys that haven't heard about these yet. But they are absolutely amazing. They're definitely not $14 pencils. And I finally found a Paula Hewitt has a video. I believe that's her name. I know her last name's Hewitt, but she has a video, and apparently the Anna is named, Anna was actually, I guess, her daughter's name, and her daughter passed away, and her daughter absolutely loved watercolor pencils, and her mother decided in her daughter's honor to create these pencils, or to have them made, I guess. And at the time of this video, they were 44 something on Amazon, and right now they're $14.95. And I did find Anna Velassi brand on Facebook, and it basically said that it was a special price for the holiday season. So please make sure you get some, if because I'm telling you, I'm not even good with pencils, but those watercolor pencils are the bomb, and I absolutely love them. I've done 2 pictures with those pencils, and I'm just really, really thrilled about it. So I'll leave a link down in the description if you want to click on it and go over and take a look at that and look up the video by Paula Hewitt. I think it's Paula doesn't sound right, so I'm probably saying that wrong. Somebody tell me in the description below on that, her channel. That way, if anyone wants to go see hers, because she's got like a full review. My last haul video, I showed them in the haul video along with the swatches that I had done. But she actually went in and did some swatches on some real watercolor paper. And oh my goodness, it worked so good. And that was what my assumption was going to happen with these pencils on watercolor paper. And I just colored in the live stream on regular Creative Haven paper, this book, and it did really well with paper that wasn't even like prepped. So I'm very impressed with those pencils. So I'll make sure to leave another link to those pencils down in the description because they're so, so good. And I'll leave a link to these Teo Tree markers also because I am just loving these also. I got them originally thinking they would be great for color by number books, but I'm finding myself grabbing them just to sit down and color with. So I do like them. And I'm using the chisel right now. So I'm getting out of the lines a lot and I don't really mean to. It's like I'm just not really super good with the chisel. But it feels to me like the points are smaller on these than they are on regular markers, which is why I fell in love with them to begin with. I know one of you told me that you didn't feel that they were, but I mean, I don't know. To me, it feels like they are. But yeah, so I find myself trying to use the chisel a lot more, especially in like larger areas like this. So I know it's kind of starting to bleed over into some of these, but that's okay because I'm going to come back in and use hybrid metallic gel pens to do these little dots and it'll cover that up. Or it should. Yeah, so I did get a Samsung watch from Gary for Christmas, and what we had decided to do is I didn't know what to get him, and he did not know what to get me for Christmas. So finally, we decided that he would buy something for himself that he wanted, and it would be for me, and I would get something that I wanted, and it would be for him or from him. That way, we both got what we wanted. And so that was what I picked out. Shocking, isn't it, that I didn't pick out coloring related things? But it does help me with the channel because I can have the watch set. I just need to remember to put it on vibrate when I film. It's still on ringer right now, so if it rings again, we'll hear it. But um, when I'm filming, I don't film on my phone. I film on my Mevo camera, but I use my phone to control my Mevo camera. So I generally turn the ringer off on my phone, and then I have my laptop set up to monitor everything through my StreamYard. And so I was missing calls and important things and things like that. And now I won't. And also, I'm really, really, I put my phone like down in my purse when I go places. And there's been times where Gary's needed to get in contact with me. And even though my ringer is on its highest volume, I don't hear it when I'm in the store and I miss the call. So this will help with that also because I'm thinking it being actually on my wrist instead of in my purse. And I just got the Bluetooth version. I didn't get LTE because the service that we have doesn't support LTE on phones. We've got Spectrum cell phone service. For any of you guys who have Spectrum TV or internet, you can get cell service through Spectrum, and it's really good. It runs through Verizon, and it's only like $45 a month for unlimited everything. So that's who we went with for our cell service because I had recently went to Spectrum Internet because our internet speeds on AT&T and DirecTV was terrible. Oh my gosh, it was so bad. And when I was making videos before, I never realized, I thought it was my equipment and all kinds of stuff. And I had absolutely no idea that the whole problem was this internet and how stinking slow it was. And now, granted, some of my equipment was pretty ancient in its own right. But I tell you, it has been like daylight and dark since I switched internet service providers. And then Gary found out from a friend that if you have their internet or I guess TV package or whatever, you can get Spectrum Mobile for your phone. And so we looked into that and we could. So we left Sprint and paid off our phones through Sprint and ported the phone, used the phone, and had it switched over to Spectrum, and it worked out perfectly. We got to keep our phones. We're getting better service. It's just wonderful. So I definitely recommend them very much for both internet and cell phone service. Now, I don't have them for TV because I don't really hardly use the TV. I generally stream like Netflix and things like that. So I can't speak on their TV service. My parents have it and like it. But I just signed up for the internet. And I'm definitely getting the speeds. Actually, generally when I check it, it's actually a little better than the speed I'm paying for. One of the first things I noticed with AT&T is they'll say like up to 200 megabits per second. And that means if they give you 1 megabit per second, that they have met their obligation. With Spectrum, I am paying for speeds beginning at 200, and I'm generally at around 227, 230. Sometimes during really, really busy times of the day or whatever, it may go a little lower, but I've never seen it below 200. So far, so good. And I don't claim to know what all that means, and the other one, the other speed is like, because I know there's like upload, download, whichever one's normally the lowest number, it's pegging in at about 56. So my understanding is that's actually pretty good too. So I'm happy with that. I'm looking for what color I want. Ooh, I don't know if I want that or not. Maybe. Go down and work on these little lovelies here. The bottom of the trees. This is Teo Tree 21. And if you're following the colors I'm using, there was 62, 57, 67, and this is 21. I'm terrible about forgetting to tell you guys what marker I'm reaching for, and I'm sorry. Yeah, it's just blowing me away how fast this month's going. I mean, it seems like it just got started. And we are halfway through something. It's like I blinked, I blinked. I shouldn't have blinked. I knew better than blinking. Let me see. Actually, I think I'll use that 67 just on the bottom here, like the snow falling down. I think that's what I'll do. Oh, sorry if you hear my Riley. Be keyed up. My mother-in-law had to go out. I don't know where, but she went out And so she should be coming home in a little bit. So that's probably going to key everything up too. That may actually be her coming back because I hear the dogs kind of whining now like they do when they know somebody kind of thing. So it's possible. I may have to pause the video again. I try my best to film when I think I'm going to, it's just going to be me with no distractions, but it never fails. Never fails. It seems like there's always something going on. Sometimes I get really lucky. And when it comes to like streaming, I make sure everybody around me knows what I'm doing. Kind of one of those, leave me alone. If you need anything, ask now or forever hold your peace. But Gary takes my YouTube pretty serious. His mom does not. I think she kind of thinks it's a joke, and so she doesn't seem to mind to disturb me or to plan things without talking to me about what my filming is going to be like and whatnot. But I make it. I make it work. Okay, this. I don't know that I want to use that color. Oh well, we're going to anyway. This is 34, and I'm not sure what 34 is, but it's 34. Looks like maybe marigold. Oh, you go, Lulu. I'm betting that's Amazon making my delivery because there is such loud music playing outside, and there is a driver for Amazon, and he ends up coming here a lot, and he blares that music, and I really don't think they should do that. That is so unprofessional, especially to pull up in someone's driveway playing music that loud. I mean, it's very loud and boisterous and bumpy from like the bass and everything. It's just, I don't know. I don't think it's appropriate. It's not very professional, in my opinion, but I don't know what Amazon's policies are for their drivers. So, and this is how Lucy behaves when there's a package. So, guys, I am so sorry for all these interruptions. But I did break my no buy to pick up a couple things that I kind of wanted to get anyway for next Friday's video. Next Friday, I have a guest. We're going to be live streaming together starting at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time here on YouTube on my channel here. And it's going to be the Dollar Diva 99 from Dollar Diva 99's Coloring World. And we are going to be using the Koh-i-Noor Tritone pencils and talking about them with you guys and seeing if we can get those figured out. So please tune in for that. Show Nisi, Dollar Diva, some support. And of course, support for me also. But as she being my guest, I really would love for you guys to show up and show your love to her. So that'll be this coming Friday, which I believe is the 18th at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's going to be 5 p.m. Central. I have a notice already up on the channel. So if you go look on the channel page, you'll see the live stream already set up, and you can hit the reminder and set a reminder for yourself if you want to do that. That would be great. That way you'll be sure not to miss it. I'm looking forward to it. I think Nisi's a cool person, and she's the one that turned me on to Kohinoor a couple years back. So when I used it on the snow, and one of you had told me that you had tritones but had no idea how to use them, that's when I talked to Nisi and said, "Hey, would you be willing to come on as a guest on my channel and help us out? Because I definitely do not claim to be a expert with those tritones. I mean, I don't even really know how to use regular pencils very well. So, yeah, I think it'll be great to have Nisi to help us out with that because she uses them on a lot of different things. And I want to kind of pick her brain a little bit on the other colors that I'm not sure how to use. I know that she doesn't use a lot of colors either, but since she's more familiar with them, I want to get kind of pick her brain and see if we can come up with, what you would use all of some of the other colors on. And yep, there's my Alexa telling me, hey, 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 you have a delivery. Okay. All right, and up here on the stars, I'm going to go ahead and put this color down as a base coat. I'm going to go over the star, I think, maybe not, we'll see. But I was planning on going over the star with some of those gel pens, but what I have noticed is sometimes gel pens may look a little streaky, and sometimes, in my opinion, if you put a base coat down under them, it kind of takes some of that away, and you end up getting more of the sparkle from the pen. So sometimes in areas like this, like stars and things like that, I'll kind of put a little bit of a base coat down, and I may just kind of outline the star. That way it'll bring more of this color into with that bottom that I did. We'll see. We'll see. I kind of make decisions as I go along. I don't know how you guys, color and things, but a lot of my decisions get made while I'm coloring. All right, so these are my GSCM dual hybrid metallic gel pens from GSCM. I love them so much. They work great, and I will link those in the description below. So let me see, what am I linking? I'm linking the gel pens, I'm linking the pencils, and I'm linking the Teochew markers. Okay, so I got it straight in my head now. Okay, so let me go with this gold. And with this one, you get 18 pens, 18 refills, and they're really good. I like them a lot. I really, really do. All right, let me zoom back in for you guys. I wish I could get this camera closer without it getting blurry, but I am so afraid if I start trying to come in any closer with you guys that I'm just going to make a blurry mess. I don't know. I might need to do, go ahead and put the same base coat down towards the bottom. I don't know. We'll see. Because this is going to show up much more of a gold, or I'm going to put it on the bottom where kind of this color here is kind of showing through the gel pen some. I don't know. Actually, I think I'm just going to go ahead and color the whole thing in because it is showing, it's putting a lot of like shine down, but the color is also kind of there too, if that makes sense. So it shouldn't be too awful. Yeah, I think that looks good. See how shiny those gel pens are? Gosh, I love those gel pens. These and the colorants, but these right here are quickly becoming some of my favorites. And they seem to last a decent amount of time. I've been using them for a while and I've only had to change out one, I think, maybe two. And I use these a lot. You know, like having to use the refill that came with it. Look at that. It's crazy. Crazy sparkly. Looks good. Now I'll go down here where I wanted to add some golds. And see this, you'll see this is the actual color of gold here. You know, just like the gel pen. But up there you can see how the color of the marker kind of showed through too, but I still got the very metallic from the gel pen also, which is awesome. That's why, I mean, if you use a lighter base coat, it won't, you know, show through as well. But this was kind of a darker base coat, a darker than the actual ink, so it did kind of show through. So that's cool. Making sure you guys are still in frame. I think the key to working with gel pen and trying to get an even coat is to go slow. Because if you just kind of do like this, you're not going to get it a good even coat. And sometimes I even have to kind of hold the picture up and look at it at an angle, and sometimes even add a little bit more pen even after I'm done. So there's nothing wrong with that. And this picture's, and I know I haven't really said anything about it, but it's how to make a snow globe. And it's kind of got instructions written around it, and that's really kind of cool. And that's what I really like about this book is it just kind of, as I've been working through it, you know, it tells you about the things you're coloring or how to do things like here, how to make a snow globe. This is kind of really neat. It's been a very enjoyable book to work in. If you guys did not get this book this Christmas, I mean, I would still suggest maybe putting it over on a wish list or something like that. So you remember it next Christmas, because I've just had a blast with this book. And the images are very simple, but you can make them as complicated as you want, you know. You can put as much detail in, and you could just they look really cute and they're great just on their own, you know, just straight colored, but you could really put some time and make some absolutely spectacular pictures also. Okay. Yeah, see, this is how I hold it up kind of like this, and that way I can kind of see any little areas that need just tiny little touch-ups. Okay. Shiny, shiny. Pretty nice. Like it. Like it, like it. All right, now, what color to put at the bottom? I think I might use that black. You know, it's not really, it shows up, it's like black, but it like has red in it too. I really like this gel pen. It's one of my favorites of the dual hybrids. I had never really used it much until at Halloween time, and then I used it at Halloween time, and I was like, ooh, I really actually like this. Because I don't use a lot of red. in my colorings anyway. I never really have, except at like Christmas time and Halloween time. So that made me want to try it. And I did a lot of like spider webs and things like that with it. I think it's very shiny and pretty. But it gives you like a darker color without it being black necessarily. Not that there's anything wrong with black. I really like true black sparkly gel pens. I don't like the ones so much that basically look gray and sparkly. I like the ones that are really true blacks. Sergeant Art, I just bought a 24 pack of theirs and I love them a lot because they're a very true black, and I was able to get a pack of 24. So that was pretty awesome. And if I remember, I'm getting too much, I'm trying to remember too much. But if I remember, I will even try to link those 24 Sergeant Arts for you guys because they're not very expensive and they are very true black um, glitter gel pens, and I like them a lot. And they're not super expensive. They're they're buddy friendly, guys. They're budget friendly. So, and I got them to do like in the white backgrounds, color by number books where you kind of color in the lines or whatever. That's what I originally bought them for. But I've started keeping one like by my desk all the time in case I want a sparkly black pen. It's right there because what I've noticed is a lot of gel pen sets, the black's just not a good black. It's not really a true black. So it's kind of nice to keep that close by. Color It has a true black in one of them, because they have two sets. One of them, it is a very true black, and I'm trying to remember because in the other one it's not. I think it's in the 48 original set, not the one that's all glitter. I think the one that's all glitter, it's not really a true black, but I think there is a glitter black that's a really nice true black in the original 48 set. I could be wrong on that, but and if I am wrong, somebody please say something in the description so it'll let everybody know that happens to glance if they're interested in buying the colorets, but they really do want that true black. I think that's correct. I don't have my colorets right here by me, or I would grab them and look. But this has definitely become a gel pen um, October, November, and December for me. I think I've used gel pen more in the last 3 months than I have in 2 years. But I'm obsessed. Not afraid to admit it. No shame in my game. All right. Looks good. Okay. Now, what do I want to do? Let's see. Go in with this red. Hopefully, it'll cover it. Cover everything up. Yeah. These are so shiny. So let me know what your plans are for the rest of the week. We're starting a brand new week. Let me know what you got going on. You have any holiday preparations that you're already starting? Or what do you plan to color? Are you working this week? Just tell me about you. What's going on with you? I always enjoy hearing from you guys what you've been up to and what what's going on in your lives. It always interests me to hear from you guys, and I mean it thrills me every time I sign on and find out that I have notifications over here on YouTube. It really excites me because I know that you guys are wanting to chit chat with me and just makes me happy. There, that looks good. And this one. Boy, I hope those are okay. I'm sitting here thinking now, I'm like, gosh, I hope he handled my package okay. What I ordered was, I have the 24 set of the Kohinoor Tritones, but I was really wanting to try the magic pencils. And I got to find out if I've got a pencil sharpener that's even big enough to sharpen these because they are big fat pencils. And I'll be showing those on Friday during that live stream also. Since it was something I kind of wanted anyway, I just went ahead and bought it off my own wish list for myself. Um, so I could show them to you guys since I had Nisi coming on with me to specifically talk about those kind of pencils. And they're kind of like the tritones, they're just bigger. And I think they're different colors than what you get in the tritones. So we'll see. And you guys will just have to excuse my tritone set because I've had them for a while. So I'll just have to get those pulled out and ready to show. I mean, they're here on my desk, but I have to get them organized. All right, and this is the other red because this comes with two reds. This may be the more red, and I thought, well, I don't know. Yeah, I think this is actually the one that's more of a red. The other one I used is more of like a red-orange. But I like that you're able to get different shades and things like that in this set because, it's like the Sparkle Pops. You really can't. And it's like with these, you'll see that they're not as crazy bright as the Sparkle Pops. Like the golds are, but some of the colors aren't as. But the ones that match the Sparkle Pop colors, I think those are just as sparkly as the Sparkle Pops. And then these are still very sparkly in their own right. They leave a great sparkly metallic shine. So they're definitely wonderful because they're not like metallic, they're more glittery, but they're different than glitter, if that makes sense. And I guess that's what they mean by dual hybrid, maybe. But I know that the dual hybrid is supposed to have two different colors in it. So I think with like the dual hybrids on they're supposed to like show up really well on dark paper and maybe even show up like almost as a different color on darker paper. I think that's kind of the way that works. But I just happened upon these one day on Amazon and I was reading and I saw where somebody made a comment, well, they are dual hybrid. And I was like, oh, really? So I bought them to try them. I was like, oh, yeah. And it's kind of like the more I use them, the more I love them. They're very sparkly. I definitely like sparkly. I think my thoughts are all over the place today. Because what I was saying about those pencils is I hope they were handled correctly. It always makes me nervous when I purchase any type of pencil through the mail. Doesn't matter what kind it is. I get so nervous about the way they're going to be treated and handled. Cute. I'm going to use the silver to go around the outside. The one pen that I do not like from the set is the silver. It is more of a metallic than it is, it's not like it's not really like the Pentel dual hybrid silver. It's just more of a metallic silver. I mean, don't get me wrong, it does shine, but it doesn't, in my opinion, it doesn't quite sparkle as much as Pentel's. And that is the one thing is, I might even be willing to stop by in Sparkle Pops and buy these, but I would still buy the silver Sparkle Pop like open stock so I could keep it. Because you see, it is shiny. It's very shiny, but it's not really super sparkly like the Pentel one is. The Pentel Sparkle Pop Silver is my favorite silver gel pen ever, without a doubt. I'm trying to get decent coverage, but I can't really. It's hard for me with the lights on here on the desk because they shine off the metallics and stuff so much that it's really hard for me to see how good. I hope I was in camera for you guys. If I wasn't, I'm sorry. But it's hard for me to see, like how good of a coat I'm getting because these lights are constantly reflecting that metallic or glitter right back at me when I'm using it when I'm at the desk with my filming lights on. I don't know if I'll do a background like on the inside of the snow globe or not. I'll have to think on that. But I may do a few things off camera just to kind of spruce up the picture just a little more. Gosh, struggling to stay in frame at the moment. Okay. Almost there. Oh, goodness. All right. Put that up. Let's see where we're at. All right. So there we are for now. Like I said, I'll probably think of some different little ways to kind of spruce it up a little bit more. But that is it for on camera today because we're getting kind of close to the 1 hour mark. Other than what I need to edit out from where I had to step away. But yes, so thanks so much for showing up for my coloring chat. I hope you enjoyed it. I know I was all over the place and didn't have a lot to chat about. Like I said, I will leave the links down in the description to the products that I have mentioned today in the video. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Be sure to ring the bell to be notified of my future uploads. Please slam that like button. It helps me so much. Leave me a comment. I absolutely love to hear from you guys. Until next time, peace, love, happy coloring. I'll see you in the next video. Bye, guys.